Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Tuesday, the 5th of September, comes to you from London. And we start, as always, with the dollar, and the dollar is just falling back below the cloud here, so just looking a little bit weak again. Still looking bearish pretty well on all three time frames now. And having just activated this, broken through this support level, we have an upside target but not activated, and we still do have this downside target hanging over us. Not a very clear picture. If you're trading the dollar, go to the 1 minute chart for point and figure targets. And the euro dollar we see here just coming back through the cloud, so looking a little bit stronger. Again, this downside target of 114 not yet activated. We'd have to fall below the low that we saw last week for that to happen. So euro looking strong. Japanese yen, the dollar just falling away here, so stronger yen, still bullish on all three charts. So again, we do have this downside target on the dollar yen of about 11%, but we'd need to make new lows below this April low to activate that. Sterling is just struggling really against the dollar, just sitting at around this 129 level, has been for some time. Just looking here at the weekly chart, we see we've really been at these sort of mid 120 levels now for several months. So we're really waiting for a break here. And against the euro, sterling just coming under some renewed pressure here as well. And again, the downside target of 98.50 still hanging over us, a further 9% downside. Swiss franc sterling, we see here sterling falling away, Swiss franc looking stronger, and against the Australian dollar, again bearish below the cloud with downside targets here. So the Australian dollar strength really showing through there. Of course, US markets were closed yesterday, so not much comment to be had there on top of what we'd said yesterday. Looking at the future, we see the futures down very slightly, 0.2%. The Nasdaq E-mini the same, so we may just see the US open slightly lower. There's North Korea woes still hanging over us, of course. FTSE down slightly, still looking pretty bearish in the medium term. The FTSE 250 just holding up. The DAX continues to look quite bearish, medium term now well and truly below the cloud, and that stronger euro having an impact. And the same is true of the Nikkei, the stronger yen having an impact here as well, and we see we're bearish below the cloud on the short term. Hang Seng is looking still quite bullish, and the Chinese market, the Shanghai market, also looking more and more bullish all the time. The Sensex is up through the cloud and looking strong. The Australian market is in the doldrums. Brent crude is just holding on to the gains that it made last week, but very much sitting at these $52 level and struggling to get any higher. And WTI is actually looking a little bit stronger, just back above the cloud here as well. US nat gas hanging on to the $3 mark at $3.03 this morning, and copper continues to look quite strong. So copper is a bellwether for industrial strength, and the Chinese market reflecting that. We talked a lot about gold yesterday and Friday. Gold running yesterday to new highs, holding on to those gains most of all. And on the 1 minute chart, we do actually have quite a few upside targets, so we expect gold to go higher. And silver also looking strong as well. US 10-year Treasury yields just sitting at 2.13%. Closed in the US market yesterday, of course, but just sitting in these low 2% area. Apple and all the tech stocks much the same as we saw, of course, yesterday, because there was no market open in the US. So that's it for today. We have to see what the US market does. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you there.